Hi, the Lord bless you. Welcome to Kingdom Upgrades. I am your ambassador, Dylan. Let's connect here, where the kingdom evolves into the realm of reality manifesting in the culture where glory becomes tangible. The place of rapid transformation within transition. Come on, meet me here where there is growing excellence in glory. The Lord bless you all and thank you for tuning in. Let's jump into this brief for a moment. A few days ago, I wrote a quote on my Facebook page, and I quote, "If you're not being used, you are useless." Really, that was stirred and came out as what the Lord was saying to me at that time is that persons would have despised small beginning. And the Lord literally present to us opportunities so he can promote us. And when we are unable to identify those opportunities, okay, and the things that are considered small beginnings that we literally despise or we don't recognize, a lot of times we despise them because they appear insignificant literally. And I think it's a human selfish thing about us human beings. Like, we despise small things. It's like we don't see any worth or value in small things. But I want to say to us today that a lot of times the Lord will present opportunities that appears insignificant, okay, to us. And it is in those same small opportunities or those small beginnings that the big things are. But because we despise them and fail to recognize that this is an opportunity that God is presenting for you to maximize on, not because of your personal gain, but to prove literally where your heart is. Come on. And what is the condition of your heart? Because a lot of times we want to do big things. We seek out doing big things that people literally see and would applaud us literally. And that is literally a indication of an incorrect posture with God. Because with a correct posture, heart posture, little things would be okay for you to do. The little things like taking care of someone or being kind to someone that appears to be insignificant. Like, with the word of God say that if you give a glass of water to the least of these, you would have done it to me. So the reality is, God probably would have sent person in your path or along your way for you to be a blessing to them and help them, but you despise them because they appear to be insignificant, and you have not fulfilled those little duties and done those little things that are considered small beginnings, and you despise them. So that statement, that quote that I wrote literally was sparked from that, where the Lord said to me that if you are not being used, you are useless. Because if you're not being used and you cannot be used at a small dimension or a low grade or something that everybody might appear to be insignificant, you are useless. Because his use of us is not only in the big things, but he promotes us as a result of our attitude and our posture with little things and where little things is concerned. Because he assesses us. The Lord is always looking. Listen to me. Promotion comes not from the east, the west. The promotion comes from above. God is the one who promotes. If even you're being promoted, then we said you're in a place whereby your leaders promote you or whatever, it is the Lord who laid on their heart to promote you literally. Okay? Because the Lord would have seen, okay, that you deserve the promotion. So he would cause them to promote you wherever you might be. So promotion comes from God. Promotion don't come from anywhere else. So when you're being promoted, it is God who would have caused you or allow you to be promoted as a result of what you have been doing in secret or in private Okay, not what everybody was seeing, but it was what the Lord was observing and what pleased him. Okay, so if you're not being used, you are useless, because being used is not determined by being used for the public eyes to see you, or the world to see you, or everybody to see you and applaud you. It is the little things that you do where persons are not looking and who is not paying attention, and when you're doing it without even looking for a reward or an applaud, or when you're not looking for anyone to applaud you, and no, it is doing it with a correct heart posture, out of a heart of love, out of a heart of service, because God is looking for servant, those who would serve. The word of God said in the last days, in the kingdom, the greatest in the kingdom will be those who serve. Come on. The greatest in the kingdom will be those who serve. So you would always present opportunities to us. So pay attention. Pay attention to the little things. Pay attention to the path that you walk. Pay attention to everything around you. Okay? It is important that you pay attention, because it is not about a whole lot of big things. This thing has a lot to do with our heart. The heart of the matter is a matter of your heart. So the whole matter is heavily dependent on your heart condition. Come on. Zechariah 4:10 has this to say to us. Who despise the day of small things? That is beginnings. For these 7 eyes shall rejoice when they see the plumb line in the hand of Zerubbabel. Okay? They are the eyes of the Lord which roar throughout the earth. So it is speaking of the 7 spirits of God. Come on. So it is the eyes of the Lord that roll throughout the earth. Come on. It is the eyes of the Lord that is rolling throughout the earth and is observing. Okay? So it is important that we pay attention in this hour. Be diligent, Be diligent. Quite recently, a situation was presented before me, and looking at the situation today, yesterday or day before yesterday, I viewed it, and I realized, this thing was a test, literally. It was a test, and I didn't even recognize it. It was really to test my heart with relation to the whole situation, and I didn't realize it, but my heart posture was right with relation to that situation. And God is awesome. He is awesome. Had my heart posture wasn't correct, I would have failed at this. Literally. Because it had nothing to do with anything exterior. It had everything to do with your heart condition. And was only day before yesterday that I realized that this thing was a test. And then the Lord began to open some things to me, and I then recognized that it was a test to prove to me and to qualify me for the next. Listen to me. It is God who qualifies us. Our attitude will determine our altitude. Our attitude will determine how far we go. So attitude determines your altitude. So let us get our heart posture correct. This whole thing is a matter of the heart. Okay? We can only function effectively based on our heart's condition. What's your heart posture? Is it your heart in a pure place? Are you functioning and flowing from a pure place? Is your heart and your thoughts in a pure place? Come on. The pure in heart will see the Lord. Come on. The pure in heart will see the Lord. That is the manifestation of the Lord. Okay? I trust that you're being encouraged. The Lord bless you. Have a great day. Shalom.